welcome back to Brashenomics. Today, it is important, I think, for everybody to realize there are hyper specialists out there, and you got to find the people who are doing the stuff that you want them to do for you. I mean, people need to be focused on what's so important to them, the specialized professionals that can truly help them do the certain things that they want to do, whether it's real estate finance or even building your own home or remodeling. Now, Bill Babb is here. He's the owner of Better Builders, who, and you guys really focus on incorporating sustainable products and methods into each project. Welcome, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Bill, explain a little bit. You know, we've talked about green, the concept of green here before, but when you go actually build a green home or you take on these green construction projects, what does that really mean, and how do you help people do that?
Well, really, we ask our clients what do they want? How
green do they want to be?
Yeah,
huh?
How green do they want to be? What level of greenness do they want? And then we try to provide that and try
Is that like ordering Thai food? Like, how many stars do you want? How green do you want to be?
It is a little like that. It's actually a lot like that. You know, there's so many options and at different price points. So we let them decide what level they're comfortable with, and then we try to educate them and let them know what green means, because you know most people don't even know what does green mean.
Well, it's definitely catchy.
It is. It is, and there's a lot of greenwashing going on out there of products that are claimed to be green but aren't always green, and that's our biggest job, is to help educate our clients of what constitutes a green product and why is it important to them.
And so when people come to you and they say, I want to do a green remodel, and you ask them how many stars of green they want, do you start down that path of, okay, are we looking at how green the products are? Is it how green the construction is going to be? I mean, what are kind of the elements of this 5-star green rating scale that we just developed about 30 seconds ago?
Really, it's all those things. So we look at all those aspects, whether it's the products, the construction itself, the energy efficiency. We take into consideration all those things, and then try to find the comfort level of our clients. For some things cost more and some things don't. So we try to incorporate things that don't cost any more on a regular basis, things that protect our clients' health and our workers.
So you're not using asbestos anymore? Key.
No more asbestos.
That is green, I would imagine. That's got to be at least the 1-star green.
Yeah, yeah, but you'd be surprised. I mean, there's things like caulking and stuff that if you read the back label, it has how many different types of cancer that they cause, and there's also products that don't have those.
This is just caulking, the silicone caulking.
Yeah, and you think about a painter with his wetting his finger and smearing that caulking in the crack all day long for 30 years, and the ramifications for that on his health, and that's a big concern to us for our workers, and not to mention the people that are living and breathing the fumes, because those off gas for years. So, what
would you say is one of the maybe somebody who wants to just consider green products, where do you think some of the easiest to maybe obtain or easiest to install, or what are some of the products somebody could really go look for to say, hey, we're going to start going green with construction?
Well, I think you look at things that aren't off-gassing, things that are harmful to us.
And what is off-gassing?
So almost all products have solvents in them to make them flow, or in the process, glues, adhesives, and all those things typically are made with petroleum products, and those off-gas until all those.
So they're like leaking fumes.
They're leaking fumes. So like if you go into a house and it's just freshly painted, it's a beautiful smell, that freshly painted smell. Well, if you go into a house that's been painted with low VOC, you walk in 2 hours later and you wouldn't smell that. And so that's the difference.
What's funny is people actually paint their house before they sell it, so it smells like fresh. It's like the new car smell.
Yep. And so, and our job is to educate people and help them realize that that's not what they want. They want new paint, but they don't want it to smell.
So, I mean, is that something that people could very easily start with? Would just be going to a green paint?
Yep. It's very easy, and now there's more manufacturing of it, so the prices are becoming more comparable to regular paint.
And so if somebody were to go, what is the price comparison? Is it like 10% more?
No, it's like maybe now it's like so maybe a $22 can of paint's $23.
So it's very, very comparable. I mean,
Yeah.
Part of it's probably just in the marketing cost.
Yeah, I think a lot of it might be. I mean, like a tube of caulk. So we can buy a product that has a whole paragraph of dangers on the back that costs $1.75, or we can buy one that doesn't, that's free of all those chemicals for $2.25. So it's a very low cost to protect yourself and our workers.
And that's a really interesting point that you bring up about protecting the workers, because I don't know that people consider that when they start thinking about building green. You think, I'm going to use bamboo, or I'm going to use something that's renewable or sustainable, but you don't always consider necessarily the fact that the people who are building the house could actually get hurt by some of the products that you would choose if you didn't choose appropriate products.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, in my almost 25 years of being in the business, I've known 2 painters that died in their early 60s, and I'm sure they died of cancer and lung disease, and I'm sure that the paint that they inhaled their whole career was a contributing factor into their untimely death.
So, I mean, it's when you build green, you stay off those class action lawsuits that are on TV all the time.
Exactly.
Which is not a bad thing, right?
No.
We have about a minute left before we have to go to break. Again, we're here with Bill Babb, president and owner of Better Builders. Bill, you recently built a home with a 4-star green rating.
Correct.
And so I guess it is a little bit like ordering Thai food. Talk to us a little bit about that project and what that rating really means.
So for me, it's really about, trying to be environmentally conscious, and it was a conscious decision for me to do that, because it does just the certification costs extra. And remind me what your question was again.
No, I know. I start talking about Thai food, your mind wanders. Next thing you know, you're like, man, it's almost happy hour. We'll go get some Thai appetizers. The 4-star green rating, the house you built, and just kind of like, what that rating really means, the materials, and
so most of it was it's about energy efficiency, and the people that bought it, they moved from so this is almost a 3,800 square foot home, and they moved from a 1,600 square foot home, and they said that their utility bills on this 3,800 square foot are about $100 a month less than on the 1,600 square foot and older house that they moved from. So really, the Built Green is it's focused on sustainability, but more on energy efficiency, and we get points for making it more energy efficient. We also get points for recycling our materials, our waste.
Is 4-star the highest?
No, 5-star is the highest, and you have to incorporate some photovoltaic. Some solar panels.
Okay.
So you have to have solar included, and water conservation in that. And
solar doesn't really sell up here, I don't imagine. I don't see a lot of solar panels on roofs here.
No, it's a tougher sell, but in the right locations, you can be
like Squim.
Yeah.
300 days of sunshine a year, right?
Even in Seattle, if you don't have shading from other properties or trees, solar is a great alternative for energy source. So we can get pretty close to zero use or supplying all the energy for the house with solar panels.
And over time, I mean, not only is it green, but it puts a little green back in your pocket. I mean, you're saving money if you're not paying Puget Sound Energy every month.
Yeah, the government programs that are in place right now make it so that you do save money. It's more of a feel-good thing than really a cost savings right now. It takes 15 to 20 years to
pay it off or break even.
Yep.
Do you think, we do have to go to break, but do you think at some point in time in the future it will actually be more cost effective in maybe less than 15 years? I mean, 15 years to break even is a long time.
Yeah, I do. I think, the panels have come down almost in half in the last 2 years. So I think that we'll see that. I think it's similar to the microprocessors getting faster and faster. We'll see solar panels getting more energy efficient and becoming cheaper and cheaper, just like computers.
Well, that would certainly be great, especially around here, because I think they're going to have to get more efficient before people buy into the fact that they can power their house with our cloud-filled sky.
Yep.
Bill, thanks so much for joining us. Again, that's Bill Babb, president and owner of Better Builders. When we come back, Paul Pukas is going to join us. We're going to talk a little bit about insurance and what kind of disasters can strike businesses at the wrong time. My name is Ben Brash, and that was Bill Babb. You're listening to Brashenomics.